a large cache of what appears to be classified Pentagon documents have been circulating on various social media sites. Now, these documents, they reveal details of US spying on Russia war machines in Ukraine and secret assessments of Ukraine's combat power. Well, not only this, the documents also contain intelligence gathered on America's allies, including South Korea and Israel. Well, many of the leaked documents have been labeled as secret. Many of the leaked documents have been labelled as top secret, which is the highest level of classification. Well, the documents, they first appeared online in March. However, the leak, it remains unclear, and it could represent the most serious breach of US intelligence secrets. Well, since 2013, that is when a contractor for the National Security Agency passed on thousands of classified documents to journalists about US electronic surveillance. The latest leak includes repeated references to information based on secret signals, intelligence, electronic eavesdropping. Well, according to a former US intelligence officials, the leaks about Russia and its spy agencies could cause significant damage if Moscow is able to cut off those sources of information. The US Department of Justice has now launched a probe into the possible leak of intel related to Ukraine, China, and West Asia. The Pentagon on Sunday said that it made a formal referral to the Department of Justice asking it to investigate the apparent leak of documents which have been circulating on various social media sites, including Twitter. The US officials have further said that they are taking the leak seriously and they are working towards a more formal assessment of what is actually in these documents and how they were leaked in the first place. Well, the leaks, they have rattled the Pentagon officials, particularly within the Defense Departments of Joint Staff, which comprises, I should say, senior uniformed leadership whose role it is to advise the president. According to the officials, some of the intelligence could have originated from the Five Eyes partner, which is an intelligence alliance comprising of Australia, Canada, New Zealand, the United Kingdom and the United States. But there are also possibilities of the document being leaked by someone who gained access to the US intelligence system. Well, according to the apparent leak, Ukraine's air defences risk running out of missiles and ammunitions within weeks. One of the documents dated the 23rd of February and marked as secret. It outlines in detail how Ukraine's Soviet-era S-300 air defense systems would be depleted by May the 2nd at the current usage stage, which is also being called the rate of burn. Apart from this, the leaked document also reveals how the Kremlin has agreed for peace talks, but has asserted on how it will not accept defeat. Okay. Let's get some more details on this. Delighted to be joined by Glenn Diesen from Norway. A warm welcome to a Professor of International Relations at the University of Southeastern Norway. Thank you so much indeed. So, is there a security concern at the Pentagon? What can we read into this?
Well, there's certainly a security breach. It's just uncertain who it was. You mentioned that it could have been allies within the Five Eyes, but some of the documents appear to have been limited to or restricted access to foreign nationals. So there is, of course, also the concern that this is coming, that's a leak very high up in the U.S. military chain, as these were very highly classified documents. So it could be either pro-Russian elements in the U.S. military, or it could merely be American military officials who are very critical of this proxy war they're fighting against Russia, as the war position is growing. And but again, this will be pure speculation because so far we do not know. But based on the documents, it would suggest that there would be there would be someone from the U.S. military.
Okay, so you're speaking about who it is. As you say, we simply don't know. It's speculation at the moment. Now, if this intel is to be believed, how worried should we be about Ukraine's position?
Well, it's quite dramatic because they're running out of air defense system. And that means both the weapon systems as well as the interceptive missiles, because, well, Russia's destroyed many of the S-300, but also Ukraine often has to use a lot of these interceptor missiles because Russia has so many, well, first of all, cheap drones, which makes it a bad trade-off, but also has so many missiles. So there is a shortage, obviously. And this is very problematic for Ukraine because without air defenses, Russia can use more air power, which it hasn't really done yet, to dominate the battlefield even more. Because Russia has to date been quite hesitant to use its air force as long as they cannot act with impunity in the skies. So they focus mostly on using their artillery systems. Now, we appear to have reached this point where the air defenses have become so weakened because we see that Russia is already using its air force increasingly often now in areas such as Avdiivka, which means that the war will now drastically shift further to Russia's favor.
Okay, incredibly worrying. Thank you so much indeed. We appreciate your expertise. That's Glenn Dyson there, a Professor of International Relations at the University of South Eastern Norway. Thank you for your time.
My pleasure.